Welcome, friends. Today, we are doing another live stream. Sensational. That's right, friends. I am back once again with a live stream. This is because I am bored. That's right. How are we? I am fantastic and I am doing really well. What's happening? My scent of the day is Terre de Hermes. And that is something I want to talk about today. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. Somebody's driving like an absolute weapon around my local street. It's more of a country lane than a street, to be honest. It's a cross between both, I suppose. Fucking absolute shit house. Hope he doesn't crash or anything like that. Terre de Hermes. The similarities between Terre, put it right, Terre de Hermes and Timbuktu, to me, these smell pretty similar, my friends. And the reason for this, I think, in both of them, there is lots of vetiver and there is lots of ISOE super. There is more vetiver in Timbuktu than there is in Terre de Hermes, but there is more ISOE super than in Terre de Hermes than there is in Timbuktu. I've enjoyed wearing Terre de Hermes today. It's a good perfume, but when you realise just how much of this perfume is ISOE super, I feel like... Do I want to say cheated? No. I feel like... How can you charge that much money when I can get a bottle of that mixed with alcohol for fucking, what, 10 quid? If that, if I did it myself, it would come to pennies. You know? Is it fair? Is it right? I mean, it's obviously all those other things. Sorry, I just got a little bit distracted there. I'm going to have to say hello to everybody, but I want to talk about this. So, welcome DJ Saab, Gjuro Pulpafemo, Dushan, Stephen Tampton, Arit, Lipstick Bohemian, welcome. Saab, MJ, watched George, The Fragrance Apprentice's new documentary yesterday. I was quite impressed. Can see his channel coming to an end soon. There'd be a fucking great loss, that, actually, when that actually eventually happens. He's adamant it will. I don't know if he'll be able to stay away or not, but... I was the same as Stevens, killed my sample of portrayal. Sorry? Vintage Equipage MJ is wearing DJ Porter Sapo today. Enrique, welcome. Scent of the day, Terre Hermes EDT it is. I will smell along with you. Let us discuss. And we will discuss. It is breathtaking sometimes and not in a good way. Says scent of the day. Heavy breathing. What, me? Am I? Sorry. Operation Duckola, like NyQuil Duck, drooping fever. What? No wonder Terre got discontinued. Terre Hermes being discontinued? Are you winding us up? That can't be serious. Surely pulling the strings. You're pulling me leg, pulling me strings. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. There's no way Terre's being discontinued. It can't be. Surely it can't be. It's an outrageous statement. Let's have a look. Let's go on here. I know that Brenda Religieuse has been discontinued, but that's been apparently that's been coming for a long time. They've discontinued quite a few things recently. Sorry, my chair's just having a bit of a wonky wonk. So, what am I looking for here? A few flankers are discontinued, but not the OG, surely. Oh, it is, says PK. Hold on, because that is massive, if that's true. Hermes.com. I did not visit. Let's have a look at Terre. Set your cookies. I will set my cookies. Well, Terre de Hermes Eau de Toilettes on the website. £71 from. The parfum is on the website from £111. I would be absolutely shocked to my very core if that had been the case. I've heard that Paprika Brazil's going. I've heard that Brenda Religieuse is going. Outre Fresh is discontinued. Rich Mitch still in Terre perfume from last night. Yes, it'll do that. A few flankers are discontinued, but not the OG, surely. Oh, it is. Replaced by the Givre. It's not the original. Sorry. Sorry, it's not. It's still on the website. Nowhere Hermes will discontinue the EDT, says Pradip. Tree is still in store. Outre Fresh isn't. Outre Fresh has been gone for a long time. Hello, Bob. It is one that can linger overnight. I was recently told by a Hermes sales assistant that Paprika Brazil, Iris Yikioe, and Vanille Galant will be discontinued. Santa Messiah, wait for me. I'm glad I've got a big fuck-off bottle of that, actually. It's got smelling better. You will be finding out Santa Claus is not real, says Santa the Day. It would be a shocking turn of events, is what it would be. Hold on a second, friends. I've got to pop to the other room. If you would care to like the stream, that would be very kind of you. And I shan't put a halt to that. I shan't stop you. I shan't bar you from doing that. I'll be back in 1 minute. Sorry about that. And when you should do something before you start something else and then you forget and then you remember when you've started that you had to do something, so fucking stupid, man. I assume discontinuation was in reference to Outre Fresh. See. No, it's somebody pulling the strings was pulling our legs. Just got metal plated Metal plaqued Ideal EDP after the seller advertised old label. This Ideal is trash, no longevity. Says supply and demand. Like the stream for our team, says Dushan. Terre EDT, they are still selling loads on the discount sites. Let's check. I checked this Hermes website, it's still there. And it was Hermes.com. So I think I can speak with confidence, about as much confidence as I can. You know, why would they ever discontinue the EDT? It's a big seller. You know, it's a big seller as the EDT. What's the general consensus of the EDT? It's a popular, it's a big talking point in the community, you know, amongst us. It's a big talking point amongst all of us. But I don't know how well it sells in the wild, you know. It's a bloody good perfume in its way. But should it be priced the way it is? For what it is? A very thin vetiver, a massive slug of ISOE Super, a little bit of orange. It's very... It's a difficult one to pin down. Stephen Tampman, that flint note is not a note. That's ISOE Super, that. It's... like... I get that kind of similar flintiness, that vibe, that cool stone kind of vibe from Timbuktu as well. I think just a big overdose of it, massively. A fat pound of ISOE Super from that. Absolutely it is. Terre de Hermes is for the masses, Bellamy Shaker is for an individual with strong character, says Dushan. Remember what I said before, Mitch? People claim a lot of stuff is discontinued or completely wrong. See the constant surge discontinued claims, says DJ. Timbuktu is very cerebral to me, says Dushan. Klein says, I'm quite sure they sell more Terre than H24. Yeah, I'd be surprised if that wasn't the case. I like Terre de Hermes vetiver the best, is supply and demand. Oh, intense vetiver is better, has a Creed spice and wood feel. Says Steph's Terre de Hermes for the masses, Bellamy for an individual. You can get 200 ml of Terre de Hermes for 70 quid in France. That's outrageous. Do you think Heaven Can Wait will be better than Uncut Gem? Yes, if it better be, or the brand's dead. I'd be quite willing to write them off at that point. Because for me, the last few releases have been shit. And if Heaven Can Wait is along those lines, then I'm not sure there's any coming back from like 3 major disappointments on the bounce. Remember, notes doesn't mean that's what's in the bottle. The fantasy, says DJ. I get the idea that Terre is very popular in London. Love the flint, says Bob. You can murder someone with the massive 200 ml, says Klein. I just had a maritozzi. Nice timing, Duck, with the thumbnail. Delicious. John Oish says, good evening there. Good evening to you, John. How are the scents in the Jardin series? good for the most part. There'll be something there for you. There'll be something there for you. I like Sur le Nil and Sur le Trois. I also like Monsieur Lee, but not as much. The Lagoon one was fucking, like, drastically bad. Thinking of Royal Crown Rain. It's better than GIT for that price point. Pass. Haven't tried it, so no opinion. Duchamp, says DJ. Terre de Hermes are still available in any size, shape, or colour, pretty much hard discounters. Do you think one took inspiration from the other? Well, I mean, Timbuktu came out first. It was about 2 or 3 years. Timbuktu came out in 2002, so 2002. Terre de Hermes came out in 2006, 2007. Frederick Mall has gone downhill pulling the strings, you're right. Is Bellamy Vetiver discontinued? Water perfume? Pass, don't know. Timbuktu's 2004. I thought it was 2002. What am I thinking of? Incense Avignon. Glad Gallop is still staying. It's good stuff, says DJ. Faith Hermes leather. I didn't know Duchamp was too... I didn't know Timbuktu came out that late. Anyway, the point I wanted to talk about today is... For a perfume that is, to my nose, 80% Isoe Super, 10% Vetiver, and the rest, the different sort of vibes in there. I don't know what else the say is in there. Orange, you know. Should that be for 100 mil, 100 quid? Should it really? It must cost them fucking nothing to make. Nothing. That is viciously cheap. I love the bottle, like. I like Hermes's bottles, they're really good. Ah, Ramsey, welcome. We're talking about is Terre de Hermes worth the retail price? I don't think it is. Hold on a second. WC Schaffenhausen. Let's have a quick look. Whoops a daisy. 356523 3. You fuckers. 51356512. Five one two 356512. Sorry, man, friends. Sorry, men and ladies. I'm trying to have two conversations at once, and I am not up to it. Micah, welcome to you. Frank, how are you? Frank Scooby Dooby. Scent of the day says the bottle, the DNA, and the manly man vibe. Everything about it is great, except the ISOE super can be a bit much at times. Ramsey says scent of the day is vintage Girl On Mitsuko X-Tray. He perfected this style in Bigarad Concentrate. Who? Dominic Robion? Bigarad Cologne. Oh, that's Cologne Indelible. Sorry, I'm fucking miles away. Quick answer. Which perfume do you really love but find yourself nearly never wearing? Fucking all of them. All of them. That's why I sold off loads of my perfumes, so I could get to the ones I love the most. Sold off perfumes I really liked, but I wasn't wearing the ones I loved. I had to be brutal, you know. Himalaya. I wish I could wear Himalaya more. Bois de Portugal. Vetiver Tonka. Enchanted Forest. Smalto Pour Homme. Iris Sandra. Fucking all me surges. All of them. $70 for 100ml at discount. This is about market value. It's a fucking it's a lot. It's a lot of perfume for 70 quid. Yet the paradox is it's worth even less than that. You know? It's worth even less than that. The only ones with the retail are the ones you never find on discount at €6. Ramsey telling me about the 2008 bottle of Himalaya. Says Dusha, my answer is none. I say no point having something and never using it. Oh, sorry, DJ says my answer is none. I say no point having something and never using it. Just makes me feel like a hoarder. I did not. I got a fat decant, says Ramsey. Good day, Aaron. How are you? Oh gosh, I'm drinking a lot of water at the minute. Not as much as Diaghilev, says Ramsey. Does Mitsuko have similarities to Jubilation 25, says Enrique. So yes, these two fragrances you see before you, I think, are very similar. Now there are some notable differences, but I think the similarities are, I mean, the actual spine, frame, and overall feel of the perfumes are very, very similar. Timbuktu's thicker. And I think it's more distinctive than Terre. You know? I think there's more. I think there's more to it. I think there's this kind of, I don't want to say strength. There's a depth. There's an extra dimension to Timbuktu than there is to Terre de Hermes. You can tell that Terre de Hermes is a designer, whereas Timbuktu's a niche in like the old sense of the word. You know? Timbuktu is a niche fragrance that has I keep thinking of these sort of words to use, and then I think they're not like actually as appropriate as I'd want them to be for what I'm trying to say. You know? think that Timbuktu's more of a fragrance than Terre de Hermes is. I think Terre de Hermes is a little anemic in comparison. It's not anemic in performance because I think it performs quite well. 2 seconds, I'm just going to get my back scratcher because my back is itchy. Itchy, Rich Mitch. Itchy. Which Rich Mitch is itchy? This Rich Mitch is itchy. Oh. Excuse me whilst I hydrate, my friends. Oops. Sorry, friends, I'm fucking miles away. No, I don't want to fucking exit. Shit, man. Discover. That's white gold. Fuck off. So, back to the Terre de Hermes. I feel like I'm going to try and wear, unless I wake up and feel like wearing something else strongly, I'm going to try and wear Timbuktu tomorrow so I can get a day on day. I'm going to do a video about them, comparing them. I mean, it's an eau de parfum Timbuktu, isn't it? I'm pretty sure it is. And it feels like it. The vetiver feels thicker and darker than it does in Terre de Hermes. The mango kind of gives it this kind of twang, you know, this off, this unfamiliar fruitiness, you know? Like, it's got that kind of fleshy, juicy, not zesty. It doesn't feel like zest. It doesn't feel like rind. It feels like, what am I looking for? How much water you drinking? It says put all of it, if I can. Excuse me. Like, you get this weird sort of crossover with like this wetness from the mango and the dryness from like the papyrus and the incense. But then you get this greenness from the vetiver, which gives it like a creaminess as well. So you've got like a creamy, like juicy, fleshy kind of vibe juxtaposed with pepper, like pink pepper, incense, and papyrus. And it's got like myrrh and benzoin in it. And it's like, what's going on? There's a lot going on here. I didn't like or understand it when I first sort of smelled it. I had Zonka, and I just straight up didn't like the way that smelled, and I had no intention of like exploring it any further, to be honest. But Timbuktu's it's a bit special, it's a bit different, you know? You can smell almost everything that's in it. It's an unusual experience. It's an extremely unusual experience, you know? I mean, the fucking website, the fucking website claims that there's 3 notes in it. So the one shot was shit for that. They want to be slapped for that, because that fucking pisses me off something shocking. There's no need for that. Incense, red berries, and vetiver, right? The idea that like there isn't this kind of fleshy, weird, like strange fruit that we don't understand is fucking just pisses me off, you know? Like, it's there. It's not red berries. I'm gonna go and dehydrate. I'll be back in a minute. If you would care to like the stream, friends, it would be greatly appreciated. I'm thirsty for hydration. And I am thirsty for dehydration as well. Actually, no, that's not right. Can't say that. I want to dehydrate. I'll be back. Hi, diddle diddle. I am back. I am Quack, and I am back. So, back to Tour de Hermes versus Timbuktu. I've been thinking about this all day. You might be able to tell. And it's been bothering us, to be honest. And I'm thinking, like, mine's going 10 to the dozen. Tour de Hermes is an absolute masterpiece, in my opinion, says West New. Doing well, says Aaron. Sent the days Infusion de Sidra. Dirk always has his mouthpiece locked and loaded like weaponry. Probably convince a monkey off a banana tree, says Stephs. Terre is a designer, but a modern classic and one of the better ones, says Klein. Evening, Rich and all in the chat. Welcome, Andrej. How much water are you drinking, says Pulling the Strings. All of it, if I can help it. I think the stronger comparison is with pure perfume. Is darker and somewhat smoky compared to the incense in Timbuktu. I kind of get more orange in the pure perfume, if I'm honest. Tim, I'm hoping to get your samples sent out tomorrow. I will give you some patchouli noisette and some cologne aficionale. Prodi blotters and Severe a la Lobe is so good. Beeswax and Orange Blossom scent. I couldn't stand it. I've soaked up the perfume game from Duck and Ram like a beach towel, says Stephs. I could think of a lot worse people to soak up the perfume game from, frankly. Phil says, spot on, good catch, Bob. The perfume does relate more to Timbuktu and smoothness. I'm always happy when the community is talking about Dusha Fall's creation, says Dushan. Tim says, I would go and get my Timbuktu and Tour de Hermes, but the pictured animal is pinning me to my sofa. People should try some of the works from one of the people he mentored, Isabelle Larignon. Isabelle Larignon. Don't know who that is, to be honest. Never tried her. Excuse me. In fact, I am going to dig out my Cologne Aficionale sample, and I will pack that up for you. And I will pack up a sample of Patchouli Noisette. Where could they be? That is Ambra Aurea. Where is... Oh God. I'm not a lot of fucking shot, like, what am I looking for? Where is the sample they sent me of Patchouli Noisette? Oh, fuck's sake, I'm all over the fucking case. Hold on a second. Could it be this? No, they are what Alan Hansen sent me. Or gave me, I should say. Alan Hansen very kindly gave me. I am struggling. Tim, I do not know where I've put my Patchouli Noisette. Where have I put my Patchouli Noisette? Yikes, that stinks. Whoops. It's not in there. There it is. Yes. Thank fuck. That was anxiety. Excuse me. I am going to make up your samples now while I remember. I'm supposed to be sending Graham Howard some stuff as well. Mr. Howard, oh fucking give over. Dropping shit everywhere all the fucking time. Excuse me. One and two. I'll do Mr. Howard's at a later date. I need to get some of the envelopes anyway. I can't decide what to wear tomorrow, says DJ. Terre is just a lovely vetiver ISOE super designer fragrance, nothing more, nothing less. Klein says, Rich, I know you don't like layering, but I just made an experiment. Terre de Hermes on one arm and Encre Noir mixed with Arancia di Capri on the other. The combination is definitely more juicy. I don't like layering. I'm very much with Eugene on that. I don't understand it. I just don't understand why anyone would do that. Encre Noir's in that family. It's closer to Timbuktu. This is probably closer. This would probably fit in the sport, Encre Noir sport. Like, that would probably go with those three. These were all created within, what, 2-3 years of each other? You know? Encre Noir, not the sport, but you know what I mean. Let's make some samples, my friends. Patchouli noisette first. I'm pretty certain I'm going to be buying myself a... Invasion Barbar. Sorry. Patchouli noisette grows on us every time I smell it. Becomes more patchouli. Patchouli-y. It becomes more patchouli. Graham, these are the only size of these I've got, so I would give you bigger ones because the samples you've sent me have been very generous, but this is the only size sample decant thing I've got. Sorry, Matt. Welcome, Philippe Bombiarelli. I'm just waiting before I get some more summer offerings. So far, I've been using two things. Maybe I'll wear John Frum. I don't know who John Frum is by. Is Colonia Essenza on the right? Yes, it is. I like Colonia Essenza. Honestly, one spray on the back of the neck is all I can handle these days. It will chase you from behind, says Phil. What of? What of? What is all you can handle? How would you rank Encre Noir versus Terre de Hermes versus Timbuktu? Would you rank them? Is that something you would do? I don't particularly like ranking things. Whoops. I'm just throwing. Oops. Patchouli noisette. One spray of Terre de Hermes on the week. Is it too much for you? I put on quite a few today, actually. tomorrow I am gonna do my final impressions on Matière Première. And then on Saturday I might start a new first impression series. I can't wait to just put that one behind us, to be perfectly honest with you, because it's fucking shit. It's not a good brand. Also on Suave, I had hope for. In the end, I think the one I enjoyed the most was fucking the Rose one, to be honest. But it is not a good brand. They just feel pretty diabolical, to be honest. They feel unloved. They feel like it's a loveless, sexless, unfeeling perfumes. Hear that fucking sprayer? Jesus God. That's the Healy sprayer. I might wear that again tomorrow, actually. What a sprayer that is, by the way. Oh, Lord. Good little perfume, that. And you are Cologne Aficionale. Oops. I'm curious to know what Italian boys think of Hermes and Terre. Too clean, understated. Too clean. I don't think you can be too clean for Italy. The Italians love smelling clean. That is their big thing, always has been, even if you go back to Roman times. They were always about being clean, very clean people, you know. There we are. Cologne Aficionale and Patchouli Noisette for Tim Wilcox. I will now write out your address, of which I shall not say out loud, so that people don't inundate you with fan mail. What? Oops. My mum has got herself sinusitis again, so I'm expecting another chest infection anytime soon. That'll be fun. So, Tim, let's see what you have to say. That's not it. Oh, fucking give over. So I'm just writing out this address, and I don't want to say anything in case I reveal Tim's whereabouts. Oh, there we are. That will get posted tomorrow, and Graham Howitt, I will have to go and buy some more of these padded envelopes before I send you some vintage Derby. Oh, okay, so Vetiver and Isoe Super. Are there any other fragrances you would put in this lineup a vetiver and ISOE super, because I'm not entirely sure what I think of this DNA, to be quite frankly honest with you. Just pardon me. You know? Excuse me whilst I hydrate. Watched your review of Mattia Premier, expected failure, says Filippo Miorelli. Yeah, they're fucking poor. They're a fucking half-arsed brand. This is true. Nothing like a lunch break with extra duck on the menu. Do not eat duck. Leave me alone. I have layered H24EDT and H24EDP and it's fire, and we'll spray on some Armani Eau pour homme later, says Steph's. I'm not sure how I feel about layering. In fact, I am sure how I feel about layering, and it's not great. Someone arrest this man, says DJ. Tripler, welcome. Any thoughts on the new frags from Santa Maria Novella? I didn't know they had any new ones. I liked Larice, but I thought it was floral. It was floral for an iris. Like it was iris, but with extra floralness. You know, that's the only way I could put it. And I thought it was a little bit anemic as well for their first ever eau de parfum. I thought it was a little bit, you know. I think the next purchase is going to be Invasion Bar, but the motherfucker wants a lot of money for his invasion. Waiting on a broken down La Pavone to arrive and going to restore, says Tripler. Good evening, Nick Walker. Terre Hermes is thinking outside the box. It stands alone on its own DNA platform, says Phil. I don't think so. I don't think it does, you see. I have this horrible feeling that I'm starting to think of Terre Hermes as overrated. Not just overrated, but I'm starting to think of it as maybe the first or one of the first one. You know that thing I complain about a lot, where the base of a perfume is just an amber wood. Like the top starts off nice. We'll take Sultan Vetiver. Sultan Vetiver starts off lovely. It's amazing. The vetiver's incredible in it. And then after about half an hour, the amber wood sneaks in, and then it's all you can smell. It's all you can smell after about half an hour. And that is a style of perfume that has grown in the last 5 years, 10 years, you know, where you get a nice complex top, you get an interesting, so for me, the first perfume that did that may have been Terre de Hermes. People say it's this fizzy, dirty orange. It's got this orange vetiver, flinty thing going on at the top, but the longer it stays on, the more it dries down to just plain old ISOE super. It's just dries, like, that doesn't feel like there's anything in the fridge. Now, granted, it's not just after half an hour, right? So it takes about 3 to 4 hours for this to happen. But I think this is where this style of perfume may have started. Scent of the day is YSL Tuxedo, says Nick. No hiding, big flowers. The flowers, big flowers. I have two of mine. Klein Sycamore is good vetiver and aldehyde fragrance. It is. Can't beat the Leon, but don't tell the ducks, says Klein. Hush. It's just the ISOE Super you don't like. I don't mind ISOE Super, actually. The problem I've got with it is that I can buy a bottle of it for like £14, £10. And it's mixed with alcohol, and you can just wear that, and it basically smells the same. Obviously, there are little flicks and flecks of like light in Terre de Hermes, little sparks that you get like from the vetiver, from the orange, you know, these and they do last, but that all dies away after hour 4, 3, 4, and you're left with ISOE Super. You know? And since I know it better than I know Timbuktu, I'm not prepared to say that about Timbuktu yet. But I've got a horrible feeling. I've got a horrible fucking feeling that might be the same thing as well. You know? But this has got a lot more going on. Timbuktu's the niche version of Terre de Hermes. And it's interesting that these three fragrances came out within 2 or 3 years of each other. To me, I know Encre Noir sports a flanker, but I really mean like Encre Noir. This vetiver, ISOE Super fruit, like juicy. So you've got like orange, mango, and then whatever it is that's in Encre Noir, which I can't remember, but I'm sure there is something. Eugene is here and says, lick the stream. Indeed. The last time all Coromandel got a major LME vibe, but it isn't listed. Galen says, I rate Hermes highly mostly because they're the only designer brands whose ads don't make me feel they got an STD from looking at it, says Galen. Nick, the last time all Coromandel got a major LME vibe, so I read that. Agree with Phil, splitting hairs if you do not think orange peel stomped in black dirt is out of the box. Can't beat the good old ISOE Super, says Spaced Out. I've got 1957 arriving on Friday, says Nick. I can't wait. Philippe, I like all 7 big fragrance families. It's about instant gratification, says PK. No one has the patience to wait for an evolving dry down. Same with wine these days. No patience to cellar the stuff. Yeah. Chanel's 57 is Musk Heaven, says Nick. DJ the Amber Cologne is a big fuck off floral, says Tripler. Revisiting Eau de Gentiane Blanche, says Philippe Morali. Klein says 1957 is nice but leans very feminine on me, and I'm not super manly, so I don't feel like being able to pull it off. I'm in a bar right now drinking coffee. Now I'll go home to spray that vintage Timbuktu. Love it so much, says Dushan. The flint and the dirty orange is there the whole way through, riding the ISOE Super like 8 seconds on a few man. On a few man chew. What? The flint and the dirty orange is there the whole way through. So the flint is the ISOE Super. That's where I'm at as far as my opinion on Terre de Hermes is concerned at the minute. That flinty cold stone is the ISOE Super as it stands. It's got this kind of... The flint is in the ED too, yeah, it is. It's a major part of the ED too. I'm going to spray some. Not on me. There's a lot, like I've been wearing this all day, and there's a hell of a lot more to this fragrance at the top than there is in the base. And I mean like there's a hell of a lot more to it, as in it's richer at the top than it is in the base. That surely that's upside down. Should it not be richer in the base than it is in the top? Hello, Michael Harness, welcome. Rachel will let us know her impressions on vintage Timbuktu. You've sent a 30ml. I think I'm becoming less anosmic to ISOE. Super Sartorial smells better and better every time I smell it. Sartorial as well, that was created around this time as well, wasn't it? Sartorial. What year was Sartorial? That was a Dusha 4 too. When was Sartorial released? Let's have a look. Sartorial was released in 2010, so it's not far off, but it's not at the same time, you know. Also, I get massive, like, lavender, beeswax, musk, honey kind of thing. Bit of tonka as well from that. It's a big perfume for me, Sartorial. Not in the know says, how do you taste the intense vetiver? How do you rate the intense vetiver? I wouldn't recommend tasting it. I liked it, but not enough to buy it. Hey, Michael Honest, the Flint is an accord or merely what the associated smell with it? Higher concentration. The Auto Extreme is incredible, says Nick. I just fucking sacked off that line. I thought that line was just all fucking talk and no shit. You know what I mean? It was all talk and no walk. All fart and no shit. Have you tried Cien l'Hiver? No. By Eau d'Italie. It has a very similar vibe to... Carrot seeds are becoming my least favourite note, says Spaced Out. Iris is very similar to carrot, you know, in smell. The Flint is attached to the ISOE super all the way to the end, meaning the next day, says Phil Stevens. I mean, the Flint is the ISOE super. That's what's giving the Flinty vibe. Like, maybe it's been tweaked a little bit with something, but not to the extent that it's a separate note by itself. Like, there's meant to be cedar in here as well, which you can also link to you can also link to the ISOE super. And this has got more than a passing relationship to a Cartier, of which his name I cannot remember now for the fucking life of us. The Flint is a techno Juro. Let me check. Thanks for the suggestion. Has the same green grey feel. Oh, Extreme, probably the most versatile fragrance for men, says Nick. Remember, notes do not equate to ingredients in the bottle. Was able to get some amber pour on intense. A more evening appropriate, sexy mere version of the Prada Amber, less loud, says Tripler. Many times the fragrance is made, then they just associate with what they get afterwards, says DJ. Fragrance counter should accept trade-ins. Excuse me, may I trade the EDT in for the perfume, please? I mean, they're not going to do that, are they? I think you should be able to take your empty bottles back. Like milk bottles, you know what I mean? Oof. Curious about truffle notes, says Filippo. But, yes. That's what I've been thinking about at length today. ISOE Super. Excuse me. ISOE Super and fragrances built around it, or what feel like they're built around it. You know? ISOE Super is a major player in these three fragrances for me. Journey, Robert, welcome. How are you doing? I hope work is treating you well. Ow. Where the fuck do you go? There you are. Oof, that was a bit hefty, wasn't it? Oncle in the last sport. Oh, I've dropped a bollock. In you go. I'll put you on there like that. Let's just jig shit around, shall we? So yes, I just wanted to talk about that. Yep, several of the early ones worth trying, says sure. There are lots of scents like this in different flavours. Yeah, there are. Yeah, that's kind of the point I was making, like. That was kind of the point I was making. Is Bullock a common last name? Not really. I don't know any Bullocks. Love Jubilation is cheap as chips, formula wise, mainly galaxolide, but people love it. Yes, I realise that. It smells expensive though, doesn't it? You know what I mean? It smells like oil wealth. The resins in it and stuff like that are really good. Oh, excuse me. Never cared about Juby, to be honest. I preferred Reflection even. I don't really care for a lot of Amouages. You know? I prefer... Oh, fuck knows what I was going to say. I've lost my train of thought. Is it Cartier Roadster behind all this? What do you mean, Filippo? I'm going to take some tablets, my friends. I'm going to take some fucking medication. Oh. Tablets. That's all I ever fucking do is take tablets. Tissues aplenty. Excuse me. Whilst I hydrate. Friends, if liking streams is your game, and play on. Apparently it's important. I'm not entirely sure why. Oh dear. Oh. What haven't I worn enough of this year that I would like to wear more of? Dune, Miller Schön, Womo, Biarritz. Miller Schön's a good perfume, but I fear it might be a little bit rich. Basil Womo. Oh, it's so fucking good, that. Jesus. That is very good. That's very good. Pardon me. I'm going to go and dehydrate. I'll be back. Oh dear Barbara, I'm back once again, friends. There is a lovely sunset here, which I should take a picture of, or at least take you through and show you. But I'm not going to, because I can't be chewed. What should we talk about now? I've had my rant about Terre de Hermes. 10 p.m. here in Croatia, and it's dark outside, no sun at all. Mate, honestly, it stays light here until about 11 o'clock. You know? Bad scent memory from one word, wine country in USA. Terre Hermes came out as an expensive niche fragrance. There would be many clones. Yeah, because it would be successful. Doesn't mean that it's worth that kind of money, you know? It's funny how Roger had 2 Bellamy copies made for 2 houses, says DJ. Yes. It's 10 p.m. here, so groundbreaking designer fragrance past 2010. Gucci Guilty Absolute. Is it Cartier Roadster near Geranium Pour Monsieur? Yes. Yes, it is. Terre is way overrated. It's not really worth the price. You may like it, but I think it's bland. You've not talked about EDP compared to Parfum version of Hermes. I don't have the Parfum, that's why. I would like the Parfum, but I don't have it. Certainly it is Aqua Colonia from Santa Maria Novella, says Tripler. The weather's been fucking shite today. It's been absolutely dog shit. Raining on and off all day. Rich, what kind of medications are you taking? All of them. All of them. I've got fucking from methotrexate to paracetamol and everything in between. Ugh. Loving the Fraîchement Cartier, says. I've got Oud and Month. I've got Oud and Month. I've got Oud and Month by Cartier. I need to sell it. I never wear it. Lovely, but I never wear it. I love Roadster. I thought about wearing Roadster today. Oh, probably wouldn't have a live stream tonight if it wasn't for fucking, if I'd worn that. You know, I might have reviewed it actually. I need to review more. I get this fucking apple kind of vibe. The mint and the bergamot and the vetiver combined to give an apple vibe, big style for me. Excuse me. Doodle 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 doo. What's more cringe, Roger being a fake perfumer or create history like a Rolf or being on the Titan? Roger, because Roger's cringe because he's actively talking shit now. Like, whereas Creed have been found out, and it's not. It's the thing with Creed is it's just lies. You know what I mean? It's just lies. Lies, damn lies, and statistics. You know? Roger's probably more cringe than Creed. Creed's just a bullshitter. He's still going, you know? Creed haven't released anything and talked shite recently. Cartier bottles are fucking fantastic, aren't they? This one needs a clean. I might wear this tomorrow, actually. It's got the fucking patchouli in it, though. It makes it quite dark at some points in the fragrance. How can we cheer you up, Duck? Perhaps a warm bath of l'orange sauce would do the trick. It would not. It would not do the trick. In fact, it would upset me greatly. Stop trying to eat me, Tripler. I'm a big fucking meal. I don't think you could eat me in one sitting. But it is bullshit in both cases, isn't it? Yes, it's lies in both cases. But Roger's bullshit is ongoing. Creed's is more egregious. But Roger's is... Filippo Miarelli, thank you very much, mate. Filippo has donated. You are very kind. Have you ever reviewed Roadster? Really curious about your thoughts on that frag. I haven't reviewed it yet, but I am going to. I want to review a few more summer things before the autumn and winter. Because I mean, fucking, it's 2 months. There's, like, we've done 2/3 of spring and summer already. There's only a third left. You know, it's crazy. Time flies. It won't be long before there's a fucking another rotation stream, friends. But it is bullshit in both cases, Pop Ephemeral, yes. Creed's is the more egregious and bigger bullshit. Roger isn't saying anything that someone's done before. He's just sort of like, everyone knows it's bollocks. It's just that he's keeping saying it. So that's why it's more cringe. You know? Well, I say everybody knows. I mean, there are plenty of these punters who don't still. That's what they say, isn't it? It's easier to fool people than to convince them that they've been fooled. The biggest funny is managing to convince people he's putting large amounts of money of ingredients per bottle, says DJ. He's certainly using superior stuff to most brands and superior blending as well. But I was talking about this the other night. Just because in the context of other perfumes, his deserve to be charged more because they're better ingredients and they're better blending. The problem you've got, right? And the problem he's got, and the problem we've got, is that perfume prices are out of control. It's bullshit. It's total bullshit. I brought my bottle of Hermes EDT, never had yearning to get another one, says Steph's. Do you know, I think about this. If I broke, which bottles, if I broke, would I need to replace? I think if I broke any of the Creeds that I've got, I'd probably have to replace them if I don't have backups. Fucking, you know, there are a lot of perfumes that if I broke a bottle now, I just wouldn't replace. I'd just be like, well, that's one less thing to worry about. Yes, the whole Creed counter is cringe, more or less than the Parfum de Marly display. Ramsey says, I wouldn't replace anything in my collection if it broke, to be honest. There are many like there. Yeah, there are very few here that if they broke by accident, I wouldn't replace them. You know? I'd just be like, well, that's one less perfume to get through. You know? Doug, ever since you told me you like spaghetti bolognese, I always get now when I go to eat Italian. I actually had spaghetti bolognese tonight, would you believe? I couldn't eat it yesterday. I was ill yesterday and I couldn't eat anything. But I wasn't ill today and I could, and I did. Don't you maybe having Pavarotti withdrawals? It's a thing. Could be. Roger's philosophy is the same as Goebbels' propaganda. I'm not sure it is, you know. Say it 100 times and people will believe it. Well, that is has been proven to be true. It's a hell of an insight from fucking Mr. Goebbels, was that? The horrible shite that he was. And you tell a lie, make it big enough, repeat it for long enough, and people will just believe it. And even when you present them with fucking proof that it wasn't true, they'll still fucking go along with it. Humans are fucked. Apart from Damali, History has to be my favourite one, even better than Creed's is spaced out. Spagball Slash says DJ. That's me. Howdy. Hello, Ashley Bissett, how are you? Michael says I'm done collecting. I mean, my theory, my sort of philosophy now is to collect. It's to strike for things that like are stand out good, like that Monterey by Ducita. I'm looking forward to wearing that. Invasion Bar. Some of these Maitre Parfum Elegantiers, which I'm fucking terrified of trying because I've got a feeling I'm going to like quite a few of them. Stuff like Les Indomptables, the Patchouli Noisette, Cologne Officinale, something that is strikingly good to me, you know. Do you like Erewhon, Mitch? No, I didn't like any of the other ones enough to buy them. They were nice. Most of them were nice. I also think Ducita's not a perfumer either. I mean, that's like meant to be an open secret as well. She's a bit of a Roger Dove. Life of American Pie. How are you, mate? Fucking hell. It is nice to see you. Good God. How much is too much for Pavarotti? Over 100, over 110, 120. But then, again, it's about context, isn't it? Context is weird. Like, because it's the way you frame things, you know. I don't want to get too esoteric. I don't want to get too sort of like fucking into like hyperspace of fucking philosophy here, right? But like it all depends on how you fucking compare and contrast. Pavarotti's better to me than 99% of Pavarotti's better than 99% of designer releases today. Maybe more than 99%. 95%. 99.9%. 99.5%. You know? Fuck. On the Pavo's 125 mil? Yes. Bob, I will crack open another bottle, just not yet. Mushroom Bolognese is fantastic. Fucking bot mushrooms, they're fucking mental. Hard to find a bottle at a reasonable price. Pound a mil, compare it to Sauvage. You pay 125 quid, 125 pounds for 125 mil of Pavarotti. The problem you've got is that I was buying bottles for 60 quid 3-4 years ago. You know? Le Parfumier. And I mean, you remember, I bought loads of stuff off Le Parfumier. Eugene went to Le Parfumier. I think they're great. What they did with their prices was wrong. They were putting their prices up weekly on shit as soon as they thought they could. You know? That was bad of them. I do rate them. I do like them. They're good people. But that was... 120 is fair for 125 mil of Pavarotti. Yeah, I'd say around that kind of mark. You put it in context of the other perfumes you have access to now, and yes, it is. Should it be that way? Consider it's the same with Midnight in Paris. We go back to Midnight in Paris. Midnight in Paris, fucking Midnight in Paris was like 20, 30 quid 10 years ago when it first got discontinued. Fuck shite. No one bought it. No one bought it for a reason. I don't like Midnight in Paris, so I'm going to sit and slate it. But compared to the other stuff you can get since then, Micro doesn't have to be inevitable. It's just as soon as it. I mean, it is inevitable in that as soon as it's the supply and demand thing. When the supply dwindles, the demand becomes higher. Not necessarily from new people, from the people who wanted it before. You know, this is why I buy so many fucking backups. Bought all my backups. I think the most I paid for a Pavarotti backup was like fucking 70 or 80 quid. Humans just don't have enough free time to check all the facts. Some people don't want to know. Some people want to be lied to. If the internet has taught us anything, it's that some people want to be bullshitted. People would rather live with a nice fantasy. It's like the Matrix. You know what I mean? I know there are lots of people in here who would agree with that as well. Some people just want to be fucking lied to. Tell me a nice story. Tell me it's going to be all right in the end. You know? What are the most replaced? What can you not go without? Surely there are a couple. The Creeds I've got. I would want to replace them if I dropped them and broke them. Bois d'Argent, I would fucking replace that if I fucking broke that. I'd be fucking wounded. Leather Oud. Me vintage Leather Oud. Fuck, I'd have to go through them. Well, Louder for Men. Yes. I haven't worn that for ages. I should really fucking wear that again. As the premier of Balenciaga Pour Homme, Rich, do you feel like that you survived the trip from the 90s? Well, you reckon anything's gone with time? Not for my nose, but it's a mid and bass heavy perfume anyway, you know? So I don't get problems with that. I don't have a problem with like some of the top notes going. I don't think there's a lot of top notes to go, to be honest. I don't think we're missing much. It's not like a citrus cologne. It's got a fat base as Balenciaga Pour Homme. Mr. Clean, MC Clean's American Pie's a great song. Oh, McLean. What MPEGs are in the sampler? Oh, fuck. Loads of them, mate. About 16. Has it in Canada for 130 USD on the power. Some listings on my car. Ramsey's changes. I should grab that Silver Mist, but can't be asked at the minute. Yeah, I want to, but I was talking to Brooke about that the other day. I was going to ask her if she'd part with hers, but I don't want to be a dick. I mean, she'd say no. Well, it would just fucking ruin the vibe anyway, do you know what I mean? Only thing I've backed up is Anna Guttel's Vetiver. Fucking too dark for me, that. It's a dark perfume down a dark staircase. Back up for a backup, what the fuck? I've backed up all sorts of fucking mad shit. But it's not 3 years ago, yeah. It's not 3 years ago now, so that's out. Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? If your auntie had bollocks, she'd be your uncle. But she doesn't, so she's a fucking auntie. Do you know what I mean? Ramsey is speaking true. I agreed a lot of this stuff went up as high as retail says. Yeah, probably. Apart from, yeah, yeah, I don't even look on their website anymore. They don't have very good stuff anymore, yeah. You used to not be able to give Midnight in Paris away back in the day, says American Pie. Could have thrown your bottle at someone and they wouldn't have caught it, yes. If you really love something, you won't even remember the extra 20 you spent 10 years later when you still have the fragrance. If you really love something, you won't still have the fragrance 10 years later. Same with my vintage Guttel Pie, don't store them in that Midnight in Paris. It's uncriticisable shite. You can't handle the truth, says Trevor. The year is 1991. Ram was fire. Watched it today. Yes, I need to watch that again. Actually. No, not again, for the first time. Remember, there are people that pay £250 for Reeve Ghost, literally NPC scent. It's never a 250 quid fragrance. The things you could do with 250 quid. I mean, I know that's not really a fucking good way of thinking about it, but fucking no. No, 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 no. For Reeve Ghost, shit smells like an extra in an advert for printing paper. Iris Silver Mist is back soon. Has it been reformulated, though? Has it been reformulated? Excuse me whilst I hydrate. It's, I see Amitsu's going to go live tonight, as he does every Wednesday. I'm glad Amitsu's back, I must admit. He's an OG, as they say. As you say. But you can't think of a surge that's actually been discontinued, says DJ. The perfume, yeah, prices are insane. Bulgari Black for $265, Girl on Vetiver, and the Rib bottle for $230. That is... They want $175 for Pavarotti. What? Is that American? Fucking hell, that's a shame. That's all in Canadian now, says Micah. Are you sure? Is it Canadian dollars or American dollars? Ramsey, that girl owns Vetiver is worth... It's not worth $260. 180 Canadian dollars at Enchanté for Pavarotti. Has he still got some? 180 Canadians, like £110. Sorry, it was Canadian. That makes me feel better. I was raging, says Rambling. I'm not surprised, but the thing is, right, is that when you said it, I could believe it. Totally could believe it because of the way that prices have gone. You know? You could totally believe it because they have put their prices up considerably and it's old stock. Nick Walker says, what's a great iris scent? I'll tell you what's a great iris scent, mate. Iris Sondra by Naomi Goodsey. That is a great iris scent. This is probably my favourite iris scent. It's certainly up there. Woof. Iris Poudre, the old bottles. They want £500 for 500 Canadian for Nino Cerruti Pour Homme. Fuck me. That is fucking bonkers. Bois d'Argent's a good iris. Heris by Hermes is a good iris. There's not many irises for summer. I struggle with remembering fragrances when they're not right in front of us, you know. It's not a good sign, that. Oh, this is fucking marvellous, this, though. If it rains again tomorrow, I'll wear this. Infusion Dom, yes. Infusion de Ris, anything by Prada, basically. Dioram Intense, Ramsey buying Pavarotti Futures now on the exchange. Heris Hermes Infusion Dome, Après Lundi for summer but very thin. Iris Silver Mist, any version of Heris. Says DJ, La Pausa is better. Oh, God. Sorry. Tim Wilcox, I've got your parcel somewhere. Where have I got your parcel? It's somewhere. It's on my chair. I'll post that tomorrow, mate, and then I will post off a sample of something else to Graham Howitt. 400 for vintage Byzance. I'm now down the rabbit hole. Fuck. Someone lead Ramsey away if you can. I love Healy. It is in a wee. I don't think I've smelled that one. I want to get sample set of the whole brand, if you want the truth. I want to get a sample set of the whole brand. I think I'm going to wear a Cologne Aficionale tomorrow. That's what I'm eyeing up as we speak, you know. Oris Tattoo. Is Oris Tattoo a good perfume? I don't know. I don't know that it is, friend. It was a Thomas suggestion, that. It's very, if it was a designer scent and half the price, I mean, I paid half price for it. Don't pay like £200 for a bottle of that. It's not it. I paid about 90 quid from La Santas as well. And for that, it's pretty good. Prada Alarm is gorgeous, Iris. Says Nick. I get more Bella Spero from La Pausa. The foxes find them. Remember that Nino Cerruti pour-on was sold at the grocery store in the 80s, says Filippo Miarelli. It must be canny rough to see vintage. Like, I'm at that stage now where I see fragrances that were like cheap 10 years ago going for fucking silly prices now, and I'm like, I can't pay that. And it must be rough if you were around 20 years ago in Fragcom, 30 years ago, and you see fragrances that are selling for fucking daft money. You know? It's crazy shit. Sorry. I need to ring the doctor at 8 o'clock tomorrow. I've had a couple of blood test results that were not favourable. Nothing serious, don't worry. Nothing immediate, nothing untoward, as the doctors say, you know. It's not fucking cancer or anything like that. I'm not dying, but I would have preferred if they'd gone the other way. I won't lie to you. It could be the introduction of another medication. But it is one that should have an outsized effect on the way I feel. And if I do need it, then I will be telling you. You know, I'm pretty open about the whole health thing. That Lancetti Uomo is pretty close to Cerruti. Lancetti Uomo. Not the Lancetti Uomo I've got. That's a fuck-off musk perfume, that. It's a big, warm, furious, musky, filthy, slightly kind of perverse beast. My brother-in-law had rabbit tracks tattooed going into his rabbit hole, says scent of the day. Good lord. Scent of the day, that is a scary thought. Welcome, Lane, Luke Fart. Anyone here try Etro's Musk? 600 for a fucking Jesus. 600 for a Czar set with the aftershave and the EDT. Now I am furious. The Parfumier has lost their mind. I think we've talked about the Parfumier doing this before, though, haven't we, Ramsey? Me and you privately. Like, it's not right. I mean, let's be honest here. It's not right that they would do that, you know. Not to that extent, anyway. It's dead stock to them, you know. Me and Ramsey also say that me and him are glad that we got 95% of our vintage collections when we did, because you just never know when the prices go. I mean, we got in there just before the prices started to fucking spike. Not to blow our own horns, but me and him have been big on the whole vintage scene, and it feels like we have engaged a new audience and grown the audience and the appreciation of vintage perfumes, you know. And the stars have sort of aligned as well, because I've found brands like Healy, like Maître Parfum Elegante, like Les Indomptables, who are making perfumes today which are true to more classical styles of perfume, you know. These perfumes deserve Serge Lutens. Serge Lutens deserves... I mean, Serge Lutens an outlier in so many respects. Chanel still make perfumes in the classical style, although they have strayed with a couple of their releases in the last 15 years, such as Bleu and Le Lion. I'm not taking the piss with Le Lion. I mean, like, Le Lion is not a classical Chanel fragrance. It doesn't smell Chanel-y, you know? Oh, yeah. Have you ever watched all the Treasures vids? Guys based in Japan, mostly vintage, rare frags. Yeah, he's a shit. Yeah, fuck him. And I'll tell you why. He is buying those perfumes to sell them. He is buying them to sell them at a massive profit. That's what he's doing. And he's bad for that. I have sold many of my perfumes off, almost all of them at cost. Right? And I'm certainly not buying any perfumes to sell them. He is hoarding them motherfucking things for profit. And it's fucking outrageous. It's not on, and it shouldn't be on. You know? And I would say to him, because he openly expresses it, you know? He's doing it he's making things worse on purpose. You know, he's looking to profit off fellow fucking fragrance heads. Now, I understand wanting to make some money, right? And there's some money. It's the same thing with Le Parfumier, right? There's making some extra money, and there's fucking ripping people's eyes out. You know? Doubling, tripling, quadrupling. No. It's not fair. More outrageous than RG seller on eBay. I'm ready to lynch mob that bastard. I don't know who that is, actually. I've heard of it, though. I have heard of it. But I'm not entirely sure who that is. I think Thomas may have mentioned him before. You know? I'll tell you what's a fucking outrageous perfume. This has gone up in price as well. And it's not worth anywhere near the kind of money people are asking for it, is it? Fuck. It's the Burger Musk. RG selling assistant will fight you for $1. It's a mental illness, that. You know? That's like some deep childhood fucking somebody crept into his bedroom late at night kind of thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're like, that's one thing I never want to become. I don't want to be someone who is like fighting over fucking the smallest fucking shit. It's pathetic, man. Oh, it's nice, this, but it's got a slightly fucking... Oh, wait, I've got a really itchy finger. The fuck's going on there? DJ, what are you talking about poo for? Stop that. Scalpers are the worst. Yeah. People who buy to sell perfume. I mean, we say this because it's our point of view, isn't it? You know what I mean? Like, we're the ones who we're the targets, you know? But those people who literally buy up all the fucking Arige Ladore stuff and then sit on it and then fucking sell it like years later for fucking silly money. Bastards. Bastards. You know? Just denying other people, like, you're creating a fucking backlog, you're creating a fucking bottleneck on purpose, you know? Wankers. It's wankers behaviour. I could do that with Balenciaga Pour Homme, and I can assure you that I'm not. I'll tell you what, if I ever do decide to sell some Balenciaga Pour Homme, there will be calls going out to friends first. People will be given first refusal. But I can tell you right now, the likelihood of me selling Balenciaga Pour Homme is very, very low. Oh, excuse me whilst I hydrate. Ooh, I've just remembered something. Today, I was looking for a 100ml bottle of Fougère d'Argent. I went on British eBay and I found one. Unsealed. And I looked at the seller. And the seller was Sussex Police Constabulary Auctions. I was like, no way. I'm going to message them and I'm going to be like, have you like seized this from someone from the house? You know what I mean? Am I going to be buying some rascal's bottle of fucking Fougère d'Argent? That'd be cool. I say cool. I mean, it wouldn't be cool. But, you know. Oh, this is good sauce. Rich, did you try Chanel Beige? I have a feeling you would hate it. No. I haven't. I haven't been into the stores recently. They don't give out samples. They don't give out fucking anything from Chanel. The absolute shithouses. Wankers. Just makes you think that bell ends. That's all it does. It doesn't make you think, oh, aren't they so fucking, like, aren't they so cool? Aren't they so fucking, like, aloof and admirable? I want to be just like them. No. This means you're being awkward bastards and I hate you. You know what I mean? Fucking shithouses. Why can't you just play the fucking game? Fucking dickheads. Dushan saying, Ramsey, you have one of the best collections that I've seen. While I agree with you, I don't know where that's come from. Excuse me, whilst I itch my lip. Would be funny if Sussex Police were selling a fake. Can you imagine? Get nobody with them. Do you know, right, to ship it, right, they would actually have to break the law to ship it. Because they've opened it to check what was inside it, right? Because they have to do that. But when you ship perfumes in Britain, it has to be in its original packaging and it has to be sealed, right? So if I buy this off Sussex Police, I don't think it's actually breaking the law. It's just like the regulations. Oh, I mean, it could be a law. You know what I mean? I mean, shock horror, police break the law. Who'd have thunk it? Time for a new hobby, basket weaving, you mean? I'd be wearing baskets. I would have so many Armani Privé bottles if they were priced lower, honestly. I like a couple of them. I mean, they're scandalously priced. You can get them on Fragrance Net, Fragrance Buy, Fragrance X, whatever it is. I don't have a code and I don't want one. But I think you can get them for fucking decent prices elsewhere, like. My former Chanel sales associate, Myrna, gave me all I wanted, but it was her that I desired. Well, did you not say to her, I desire you, give me yourself? The woman in Hawaii probably has the best visible collection. Oh, Jesus. I know who you mean. Her collection is bonkers. She used to live in the UK, and she won't ship here. The thing is, she won't guarantee that her perfumes are in good condition, though. Like, she won't guarantee it. I wouldn't buy from her. Yeah, she's. There's something off there. Like, if she was in the UK, I would drive to her fucking wherever she wanted to meet us, and I'd be like, bring perfume. Like, if she would have us to the house, I would go. She's got some fucking bonkers stuff. Fuck knows where she gets it from. But she won't fucking say, like, she won't give guarantees that you would want, just common guarantees, you know, no refunds. And she lives in fucking Hawaii, man, a stupid place to have that collection, you silly cow. Nick says, anyone want a bottle of Penhaligon's Kyra? No, I don't think anyone does, mate. I wouldn't buy from her, willing to sell you something for $5,000, says DJ. She won't confirm that a bottle that's open isn't turned. I don't know that she does buy it off eBay, you know. Because I don't see half the shit she's got up for sale. She sells on Etsy. Mental. Lol. She lives in a house of crystals and impossible fragrances, probably farts Mitsuko, 1920. Nick Walker says it's an awful fragrance. There's a lot of Penhaligons that's shite now, like. It's got to be said, like. Cairo is a bit crap. I liked Racket. Well, Richie G liked Rackets, and I thought it smelled quite nice on him. He came to Manchester with us and, like, put up with us, going around the whole place, and we had a good waft. Odin Santal, I would not mind from that Cartier line. Halfetti is number one. Penhaligon Sartorial for me. Probably couldn't get away with no refunds clause in the UK, so moved. Yes, you don't have as good protections over there, do you, as you do over here. Better service, but less protection. Everything seems to be over there like it's voluntary, you know. Bumped into an American yesterday, would you believe? He was in the car park. I helped him work the ticket machine. Bless him. He was like, oh, I've got to come back to this car park at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning to pick up my car. You've got to re-sign in again. I was like, mate, don't drink too much. And he was like, oh, I never thought of that. I was like, yes. I do wonder if he got back. I don't know why he was here. I don't know why he'd come from America to fucking here. So you see tourists in England and you're like, what the fuck are you doing here? It's shithole. It's crap. Run. Save yourself. Lawrence of Arabia would wear Penhaligons. I'm not sure he would. I instantly know why I don't care for a fragrance is when I have to force myself to wear it even if I don't hate it. Yeah. Hate the animal bottles and perfume, says Paul Parfumo. Blending Bouquet is my favourite. I like Savoy Steam. I would like a bottle of Savoy Steam, actually. Pounterborn, lol, I'm going to London this summer. Fucking better you than me, mate. Wear a stab-proof vest or something, will you? Only a few fragrances I truly cannot wait to wear. Everything else is nice, but I'm not bothered. Yeah, that's kind of the reasoning behind why I buy the way I buy now. I'm not going to buy anything that I'm not going to look forward to wear, you know? I'm not buying stuff to just speculate on it, to say, like, speculate as in, will I like this, you know? That's why I don't really blind buy anymore, but this Invasion bar is outrageous. I wouldn't mind getting the bottle with the crazy head on it. If I was visiting the UK, where should I go, though? Everywhere but London, mate. Most of us whites are from England, duck. Whiteys? Is England shit? I say it's shit, I mean it's shit for the people who live here. Unless you're a billionaire. 60ml tester Gucci for men, 1976. $425? I'm going to get fucking messages off Ramsey throughout the night now. He's going to be looking through all these prices and he's going to be like, I'm disgusted. These bastards. I thought they were friends. England is shite, says Nick. It is a bit shite, like. This sceptred isle. This brave o'erhanging firmament. This majestical roof, fretted with golden fire. Why, it appeareth nothing to me but a foul and pestilent congregation of vapours. Right, calm down, Hamlet. I am off. I am going now. Thank you, friends. Thank you for watching. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for liking the stream. Thank you for talking with me. Thank you to Filippo Miarelli for donating. You are very kind, sir. And I will reply to you henceforth and forthwith after this stream is finished. I appreciate it all. I need to be up early tomorrow to ring the doctor. And I will see you all again soon, friends. Good night.